Hey guys, so today we are here to talk about my experience of my belly button ring. This is one of the mini piercings that I do have. I have 9 in total, and this has to be by far my favorite one ever. It's like my best friend's. So if you are interested in my experience, then just keep on watching. So I got my belly button piercing when I was 16. I did need my parents' permission. At first, they were not really going for it. My dad really didn't want me to get it, but I talked them into it because it is in a place where you could cover up and nobody would be able to see it unless you chose to show it. For example, like if you were to get a tattoo on your chest or your hand or something, people are going to see that every day. It's like harder to cover up. So my dad was kind of okay because I could cover my belly button. I mean, besides the summertime when I'm wearing like a bathing suit, when else are you going to see it unless I show you? So that was the first step that I had to go through. So getting my parents' permission. I do know that you have to be 18 to get it done at a shop, or if you have a parent or guardian with you and they give you permission, they can take you and you could go ahead and go do it. So at the shop that I went to, it was $45 for the piercing and the jewelry. Now come to think about it, and going other places, that's really really expensive. I've seen people do it at the shops for 25 bucks and it's just a piercing. I mean, how much, why would you really need to charge $45? But whatever, I was young, my parents paid for it, so I wasn't really mad about it. I got it, so yeah. So what they have you do is they just have you lay down on a chair. Mine happened to be like a tattooing chair. So I laid on my back. I was kind of slanted at an angle. So I was like leaning back kind of like that. And all he did is he sterilized the area and he used clamps to pull out the skin so he knows where to pierce it at. And they use clamps to hold that open and everything. So he pierced it with a thick needle, and the needle is hollow. That way they can just slip the piercing jewelry right into the hole that they just created. Instead of, like, if you think about it, if you did it at home, you if you did it at home, you would do it with a regular needle or maybe the jewelry, but then you would have to take out the needle and then shove the jewelry in there, and that could be very painful. At least that's what I imagine it to be. But at the shop is like a one-step process. They pierce it, put in the jewelry at the same time, and then you're done. And of course, they just have to screw on the ball at the top if you are familiar with what the jewelries look like. Well, the guy who was piercing mine accidentally dropped the ball that he was supposed to screw on. So after he picked it up, he had to put pressure on my stomach to screw it on, and that caused blood to come out. And it didn't hurt or anything, but I guess I kind of got wheezy from seeing the blood or something. I don't know. I usually don't get like that, but I didn't feel sick or I wanted to throw up or anything, but I don't know. It was just really weird. So he cleaned up my belly button. My parents paid, we left. I ended up falling asleep in the car because I felt really hot. I felt like I was going to faint. I couldn't breathe, but I couldn't even tell you why. I guess I saw blood. I don't know. I usually don't get like that, like I said, but that was my experience at the shop. I did not change out my belly button ring for a few months. The first time that I changed it, I got my jewelry at a little vendor. Like, you know, at the mall, they have booths and they have like phone cases, or like one is for jewelry. Well, I got a belly button ring from there. I waited about 3 to 4 months before changing the original one. And the first time that I ever changed it, it got infected. And let me tell you, that was so painful. So I ended up just keep cleaning it and cleaning it with the spray that I used to make it heal. So it took about a month for mine to heal. I have really sensitive skin. You have to buy a spray. It's sea salt spray. At least that's what I use. I know other people use other things, but I really liked it because you don't have to touch your belly button. You just spray it on there. I did it about 3 times a day. My belly button was really sore for the first week. I didn't really want to move around a lot because it's like an open wound. You have to wait for it to heal. But on a scale from 1 to 10, I say like maybe it hurt a 2 or 3. I barely felt it. And it was really, really fast. No guns. I think he did not use a piercing gun. He pierced it with his hand. So yeah. I don't really recommend doing it at home yourself. The chances are it's gonna get infected, and that's really bad and painful. I had one infection, but it wasn't from piercing it myself. So after the first time that my belly button ring got infected, I never bought any jewelry from those vendors ever again. I usually got them like at Walmart, or I know Hot Topic has a lot of variety of them. So I've been getting mine from there, and I have no problem now. I am actually gonna try to buy a wholesale package. It comes like with 100 from eBay. I'm gonna try those out. But a tip that I have is if you do get like allergic reactions to some types of metal, try taking clear nail polish and go ahead and just coat that, because that's what I used to do with my belly button rings if they did make me itchy, or my earrings, necklaces, anything. Just slap on a clear coat and that should fix the problem. So I think that I pretty much covered everything about this piercing. If I did leave anything out, please ask down below and I will answer. And pretty much, yeah, it did not hurt that bad. I know that everybody has different pain tolerances. Mine is very high. I can handle pain. I can handle tattoos and piercings and everything. So hopefully this was helpful for any of you who did want to get your belly buttons pierced. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!